this last topic before we get up out here, how can we come up with like some solutions? Because a lot of the conversation, especially in our community, is very divisive. There's always one side of the spectrum that is just negative. Like, you know what I mean? How can we come up with more solutions to help mend this wound, obviously, in our community?
I I don't believe that there is any form of mending when it comes to this because it's historical. Like it's been going on for what decades, right? Even if we think it back in, we can go back into slave trades, all types of things. From we've been going head on. It's been Jim Crow, right? We've been divided, and that's why we continuously been conquered in our community. Um, Even if we're talking about the guest that we just had, we were just solely speaking on the all, right? Her topic is fair. You feel they have that. That's fair game. If you feel that way, that is fair for you to feel. But we were missing the factor that she said all. Mm-hmm. So people don't realize like how important it is to choose your terms, one, and what things it is actually causing. Mm-hmm. So I think there's just a deep trauma that I don't really feel like we have a map or a diaphragm of how we can fix anything like this. Historically, we've been destroyed from the beginning. If we're thinking about slaves on, the black community
I can't really
has.
say from slave because we were still
We
getting
was
married in slavery.
yeah
We
we
were the
was
most married in this country at one
when we
in the
were
'60s. Like,
yes
you know what I'm
yes
saying? It wasn't until
we were a
the
little more bonded,
'80s.
but because
Yeah.
we had to,
We
right?
still have to.
We still have to, but this we're not we had to because of the position we were placed in. So if you think about it, like you had to look out for your brother and sister because you were being literally yes.
But why wouldn't you want to? Like,
No, I do want
yeah.
to, but realistically, like we don't have the resources or the people that we need to keep moving forward. If you think about even things that's happening now with Black Lives Matter and all types of things like that, who is really coming out? When I knew the CEO, when I knew the person that started the Black Lives Movement, the creator, people weren't coming out for Hawk as much as they should have. You get what I'm saying? People, and all in all, in Black communities, unless it's happening to you directly, people are not there for you. Period. It sounds scrutiny, but they're not going to be there for you because we're trying to probably keep ourselves afloat, from financially to family to all types of other things, our own personal desires. People don't make time for things they do not have desires or seek desires in. So for you to say what's going to break it, I feel like it's probably personal, and it's just up to you to make a difference personally and around the friends that you have, because community wise, it will take, I'm talking about decades probably to correct. To correct. We living in cream, cash rules everything. So everybody has their own momentum of what their focus is. I want to be this. I want to be a doctor. I need money. I need this. It never is around, oh yeah, I want to rebuild my community. I've fairly ever heard somebody say I want to rebuild my community. I've had time where I want to even start a nonprofit, but it's like most people don't start nonprofits because they want profits. Right? You want money. You want to be able to survive to keep contributing to the nonprofit. So I don't know what will correct us and make us like more like in sync, other than like the things you've said, holding each other accountable, and speaking up. But as you see, when you speak up, you get backlash. So a lot of people are afraid of that. It's a lot of things that tie in. There's a lot of pros and cons and domino effects. So people, it sounds so easy to say, but it's easier said than done, all in all. So that's what I would say. I mean, I hope once y'all started, I'll be on the bandwagon, but jeez.
What's your thoughts? How do you think we come up with some solutions?
I think that we need to move with love and integrity and intention. We need to do things without the need for an applause. Like, we need to do it. It doesn't matter what social media says. If I have somebody in front of me that's crying, like a young girl who's crying over a boy, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to ask her what's wrong. Like, look, like, lift your head up. It's okay. Like, life goes on and you're going to be okay. You're going to be better. It's one person. It's many men out here that will treat you right. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what everybody thinks. It's about what the impact that you make on a personal level. You might not get all the accolades. You might not get awards for it, but you need to know that you moved with love, intention, and integrity and kindness. Treat everybody kind. Like, you're not here to win the best Black person award. Like, I've changed my community. whoever you come into contact with, if they said that they have had a positive or life-changing experience with you, that's all that matters. Like you're in a position where you speak with young girls, you're a counselor. So your opinion and whatever you tell these girls are very impactful in their lives. So you're making your change within your community right there. It's not like you have to take the whole community and put it on your back. It's about how you move personally as a person, as a human being. Like that's it. That's how you make a change. You're not here forever. You're here for your time, and then somebody else takes over. Like you have to make the most of your journey while you're here. That's it.
Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts?
I think personally we have to start caring about other people than ourselves. Like I think we live in, like I said, a very individualized, we've lost all sense of community. We've lost our sense of a village. So I think once we can start to care about the neighbor's kids, I also think we need to start caring about our perception. That's my opinion. I think that people really just don't care how they're being perceived, which is also adding to the foolishness of the community. Nobody cares how they look. Nobody cares, what they represent. It's very much like, oh, well. So I think we should be thinking about trying to change our community, coming together to try to change the community. And it has to be as a collective, right? Like I do have a nonprofit because I do care about my community and I do care about young girls and I want to be able to impact them in different ways, and not just in my community, but in other communities that I know that's suffering. I think if we start to recognize that it's not just about me, and I think so many people, again, they think, well, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. And I think anybody who adapts that mentality that has nothing to do with me, you're a part of the problem. If you see the problem happening, you like, well, you're a part of the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that we got to get back to communities, having communities. I know we don't have no communities that we feel comfortable in right now. Everybody's so separated. I know Drew speaks about, people not even know who their neighbors are nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
We just, you know what I mean? So we don't have that sense of security in our own communities. Yeah. I think holding people accountable, mm-hmm. whether it's men, whether it's women, I think we have to stop the rhetoric and, be more intentional about what we say. We have these platforms now. So, even us, we got like over 200K mm-hmm. on YouTube, 150 over here. Like, so what we say, that's like having 150 people in 150,000 people in one room. There's people that's actively listening. Mm-hmm. So if we say things like all, or, you know what I mean? Like, we just generalize, those things speak to all those 150 people. Like, you know what I mean? So, and that's not even how we truly feel, but we're using such divisive words that is just making it seem like, oh, okay, that must be everybody's experience. Like, you know what I mean? So we just got to go back to having these hard conversations, bro. I know they're not easy. They make people feel uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. You might get triggered at times. You might feel like we talking about you. You might be talking about us, but mm-hmm. we got to have these conversations and be open to listening and comprehending without just listening to respond. Like a lot of times mm-hmm. it's just you were listening just to be like, oh, well, you did it. Like, you know what I mean? Just listen, mm-hmm. listen to each other, both parties, and then we could try to come up with a solution there. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, you took mine with the listening. I ain't gonna lie, but I think most importantly, we gotta start healing. Like, therapy is very important. I mean, I think this generation is making it more aware in our community, but I think we need to do a better job of really. I know we just spoke about not being individuals, but individually, I think we need to heal from our traumas, because we all got different traumas. Some of us got the same traumas, you know what I mean? But I think we need to start there. And then with that, we could produce, you know what I mean, positive energy to put back into the community. Mm-hmm. And I mean, when you walk around and you see these kids in this generation, you see a lot of trauma. I ain't gonna lie. I like,
how often you see kids playing outside now?
I seldom. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. And I always say this. I'm like, yo, if I was doing this kind of shit when I was younger, I'd have got my ass beat. I think we need to bring back belts. I think that's what we need to do for real. Like, yo,
to beat them.
Yeah, because I see kids subway surfing and shit.
No discipline.
Yo, I never. You know how much times I rode the subway and I never thought, let me climb up on that shit and ride that motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, it's just a really crazy time we're living in. But yeah, I think healing is where it starts for real.
Mm-hmm. Drew, real quick before you get up out of here.
I would say lead by example. Mm-hmm. Be what you want to see and applaud the ones that you see doing it. Mm-hmm. We got to actively support our brothers and sisters. And I do agree with the ladies when they said that earlier. Like sometimes you want to hear it, sometimes you want to feel it, sometimes you want to be able to touch it. And even before my incident, we were going into a situation where we were going to be active with young little boys, and we will be a support system for young little boys, if not today, tomorrow. But before I get off this planet, I'm gonna be a difference maker, not only to my sons, not only to their sons when they have them, but it's important to me to be a staple in my life, to make change and to make progress. So we got to be a part of that, and you got to lead with leadership.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful, man. Like,